Building of Four Corners, Part 4. The Display Model's Protective Cover. In Part 3 of this series, we examined the steps in the design and construction of the library building for the display model. We will now examine the steps in the design and construction of the transparent protective cover for the model. The display model of Four Corners, built upon a 20-inch by 30-inch base, requires protection from dust and accidental damage while in public view. This view shows the entire display model in an incomplete stage of construction. Here we see a design for a removable transparent cover for the entire display model. This design for a cover protects the model from dust and accidental damage while permitting viewing from any direction. The proposed cover is made from a substance known as clear acrylic, sometimes called plexiglass. Clear acrylic can be purchased from lumber retailers and home improvement retailers. The acrylic purchased by the designer for covering the display model was sold in sheets 30 inches long and 28 inches wide, with a thickness of 80 thousandths of an inch, about 5/64ths of an inch. Two such sheets will provide sufficient material to construct a cover for the Four Corners display model that will permit structures as high as 7 inches to stand upon the baseboard. In the scale of the display model, 7 inches represents about 50 feet in the real world. In the rough sketch shown here, which is not drawn to scale, the vertical clearance is exaggerated with respect to the length and width of the baseboard. The cover is made from 5 separate pieces of clear acrylic. The horizontal top piece is exactly 30 inches long and slightly more than 20 inches wide. The 4 side pieces do not rest directly upon the baseboard. They overlap the edges of the baseboard slightly when the cover is in place. The pieces are cut to the desired dimensions by scoring repeatedly with a utility knife, guided by a firmly clamped steel ruler. The pieces are then broken off with the score lines. The cover stands upon 4 short wooden blocks, one at each corner of the baseboard. The vertical sides of the cover are joined to the 4 corners by short pieces of wooden molding material known as quarter rounds. The quarter rounds are connected to the clear acrylic with small screws. The flat bottom ends of the quarter rounds bear upon the corner blocks, thus permitting the vertical acrylic sides to overlap the edges of the baseboard. The horizontal top piece of the acrylic cover is fixed temporarily to the vertical side pieces with transparent packaging tape. Permanent joining of the top to the sides is accomplished with more quarter round material. Here we see the first permanent join between the top and one of the longer sides. For additional information about the Four Corners model, visit www.kaiserkill.com and click the link to Design Unit